Sarah was holding her husband's frail hand in a dimly lit hospital room. His eyes filled with anguish as he struggled to breathe. He muttered 3 words to Sarah, a secret he had been keeping for years, with the last bit of strength he had left. Sarah's eyes filled with tears as soon as she heard the words. She was unsure of how to respond. Her life will never be the same after hearing her husband's final 3 words. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. Martha was staring at Jason, her son, who had come to her house to share the news. She had just been getting ready to go to the hospital, but as soon as she had heard the doorbell, she knew what had happened, especially after opening the door and seeing her son standing there with tears in his eyes. There was no doubt about it. "Mom, it's Dad." They had gone back inside and both sat down on the couch in silence for a moment, but then Jason started talking. "I was in the room when it happened. Well, oh well, something strange happened." Jason felt stupid. He had been the one to hear his father's last words and he didn't even understand them. He felt like he had let his father down. However, his mother tried to console him and told him, "Honey, don't worry about it too much. You know he was very sick. Maybe he didn't even understand it himself." This did seem to help, and Jason finally admitted, "Yeah, that's possible." Perhaps he knew that it was his time to, maybe he was already half gone. In this moment, that came next. This was it. Jason rushed it off and got up to walk to the kitchen and make some tea, and he told his mother, "It was about finding a key or something." "But like you just said, a key? What kind of key?" she asked with a face as pale as snow. Jason was surprised by her sudden interest, seeing that they had just agreed that his father had probably been talking nonsense. "I have no idea. He just said, I'm sure it was nothing important," and she went on to help him make the tea. After they finished their tea, Martha told Jason that she was going to go to the hospital to see her husband and say her final goodbye to him, and of course they'd have to arrange everything for the funeral as well, but she wished to see him privately one last time. "My sweet Richard, I will miss you so much," she whispered as she held his hands. She took the time to say goodbye, and she told him, "I don't know what key you were talking about, but I promise you I will find it." Following her visit to the hospital, Martha went straight to her husband's office when she got home. Everything was strewn everywhere. Folders, books, and journals. She rummaged through all the papers on his desk, searching for any lock or key. If Jason found out that she was taking Richard's final words seriously, she would undoubtedly worry about her. Thus, she would prefer not to seek for aid with this. After all, it was a safe. It had been hidden at the back of one of the drawers in his desk. She had never seen this safe before in her entire life, but she assumed that Richard must have had it for a long time. Of course, the safe was locked. She would need a key if she wanted to open it, a key she didn't have. Martha wondered whether this was really what Richard had meant. Did he really want her to look inside his safe? She spent the following week torn between the 2 options, trying to open the safe or letting go and forgetting about it. Martha caressed Richard's diary, its spine a conduit to their shared past. Knowing Richard, each figure was a meticulous clue. A photograph fell from the diary, Richard's youthful eyes sparkling with secrets. The same numbers inscribed on its back confirmed a deliberate message. Clutching the picture, Martha felt a connection to Richard's unspoken words. It was a key, she realized, to a mystery only they shared. Jason's entrance was quiet. Martha, feeling his gaze, turned to him with a mix of worry and determination. She confessed about the diary, the numbers, and the potential of a hidden safe. Her words floated in the dim room, tinged with both hope and a palpable sense of responsibility. Jason absorbed the revelation. "I'll help you," he said, his commitment hesitant but genuine. As they planned their search, a fragile bond formed through their common purpose. As the clocks ticking underscored their dialogue, a shared resolution emerged. They would confront the mystery together, seeking closure above all else. They breathed together as they stepped up to the massive bookcase, a century of volumes and memories. Step by step, Martha ascended the ladder, entering Richard's world with reverence. She discovered a box at the top that was unremarkable, yet packed with meaning. Nestled between other mementos in the box was a simple but obviously treasured keychain bearing Richard's initials. It gave the impression of whispering about its beginnings and a story that only it could tell. The faded inscription on the keychain was thoughtful and elegant, offering more than simply access. The writing was mysterious, a string of characters and digits that was difficult to decipher right away. He, Martha, and Jason discovered a new layer within Richard's letters, finding that he wove quotes from beloved books into his life script. Together, deciphering each enigmatic piece, Martha and Jason began to stitch a new family story. Shared effort and hushed conjectures brought soft smiles and closeness. Each discovery layered the code with deeper intricacy, challenging them to think beyond the surface to piece together the puzzle. With a blend of intuition and logic, frustration hung in the air until Jason's hand brushed a volume on the bookshelf, revealing a hollow space inside. Lay a key, its metal cold yet promising. It was a classic trope made real, a secret key hidden within a book. The discovery rekindled their hope, the physical key perhaps a metaphor for unlocking the mysteries of Richard's life. With a satisfying click, the key turned in the lock. The safe, once impenetrable, swung open to reveal its contents. Martha and Jason exchanged a glance, their shared journey reaching a pivotal juncture. Within the safe, a cluster of letters lay nestled. Martha's hands trembled as she read about unfamiliar locales and strangers' names. These letters were windows into another time, snapshots of a life she had not shared with Richard. It dawned on them that the man they thought they knew harbored enigmatic chapters of his life. Together, they began to thread these revelations into a coherent narrative, understanding that some aspects of Richard had been shrouded in deliberate silence. In the quiet aftermath of rustling papers, a single document drifted to the floor, the finality of its descent mirrored by the silent gasp that escaped Martha. A birth certificate bearing the name Emma unfolded a new chapter in Richard's narrative. The name etched in official ink was a profound epilogue to the story they thought they knew. Emma's existence was Richard's unwritten coda, a revelation defining a new beginning. Beside her, Jason's stoicism wavered, the lineage he'd known now punctured by an ellipsis. The room held a dense silence, laden with the weight of new kinship. Emma's name reverberated, unchaining a torrent of questions. Who was she? Why had Richard kept her a secret? To find Emma was to step into a broader world, cast under the glow of a cafe's amber lights. Emma's eyes, a mirror to Richard's, unfolded her narrative, a tapestry of years woven with Richard's hidden threads. His decisions, once enigmatic, now dawned with painful clarity. The revelations from Emma's lips planted seeds of reconciliation in soil long barren. Apologies were tendered, not for the truths hidden, but for the years lost. Martha and Jason extended hands that shook with vulnerability. Healing was a delicate bud in the frost, a promise that spring could follow the harshest winter. The room, once a chasm of the unknown, warmed with the first flickers of familial recognition. Martha walked the halls of Richard's home, her inheritance as much the memories as the tangible. She was a mirror of Richard's laughter, a celebration of past and future. Richard's picture observed the event, his mystery now a narrative told in the family. They respected him for the togetherness they promoted rather than the secrets he guarded. As a family, they moved on to a new chapter with their hearts healed. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.